Um, since there is a lot of difference in the sense that, in the sense of our capabilities vis-a-vis economy, military, and that of China's, how do we get that niche edge over China in, speaking in terms of our strategic gains at the borders, knowing the limitations in hand?
See, under normal circumstances, you can only do two things, right? If you have a more powerful neighbor, if you have a more powerful adversary staring at you and challenging your vital interests, then either you end up, either you dramatically upscale your internal capabilities,
Right.
or you build up external partnerships. Now, clearly, internal capabilities, however hard India may try, they are not going to happen in a jiffy. It's a decades long, if not more, time period that you need.
Right.
And some of the steps that India has taken in recent years are sensible, but they should have been taken much earlier. Now, the other issue is external partnerships, where India is still hesitant. There is still a hesitancy. Every time you have relations with America being talked about, Indians go many sections of Indian strategic establishment. They just go bonkers. Why are we embracing the Americans? Right. Why is it? What is happening to India's non-alignment? As if non-alignment is an end. Non-alignment is not a means to an end, but an end in right. itself. So, in a sense, there's just as an aside, there's a very interesting debate in India happened after AUKUS. Mm-hmm. Now, AUKUS, as you know, is a US, Australia, UK, US trilateral security partnership where Australians would be building nuclear submarines with the help of British and American expertise. Now, in India, there were people who were questioning, why is AUKUS happening? Why are Americans giving nuclear submarines to Australians? Why not to us? So then there's a basic incomprehension there, right? You are not a strategic ally of the Americans. You don't want to be a strategic ally of the Americans. So it's not as if Americans, are not helping you. But the question is, have we made up our mind as to what we want to do? Do we still want to be? There can be a big debate about alignment and not. But I think, look at our borders. Look at what China is doing to us. For me, I don't see any need to debate this any further. But if there are people who still want to debate about it, then they are most welcome. But the process is, I think, in some ways, we like the idea of debate as an end in itself, right? We continue to debate non-alignment. We still think of alignment as bad, but alignment is a natural progression of a foreign policy role that you want to seek in the world. Chinese could align from Soviet Union to American camp seamlessly, and today they are challenging the Americans. Right. So in a sense, those questions are vital. But as you mentioned, what can you do in the short term? I think in the short term, it is apart from building key partnerships where you can leverage their strengths and their technologies, one also has to be cognizant of the reality that how has China challenged the Americans? China has not become a peer, but it has certain niche capabilities. Where you for example, the anti-area, anti-access capabilities that it has, that has allowed China to anti-access area denial capabilities that it has allowed China to challenge America into taking a backseat on certain key theaters. Now, what can we do to enhance our leverage in certain key theaters with China? And that is a question that I think we should be asking, and I hope we are asking now because it's already very late, it seems to me.
Right.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.